Hey, you're listening to Don't Lie to Your Life Coach podcast with Kim Arrington. I'm Kim Arrington. I'm a life coach, a weight loss coach, an author, and a badass passionate about helping you connect back to your most authentic self. Join me here each week so I can coach you on how to think all those juicy thoughts that get you feeling your absolute best and taking some big ass action. Coaching has changed my life, and it can change your life too. I'm here to give you real life solutions to create a life you'll love. Because the truth is, boo, you ain't just got problems, you got options. Hey, y'all. Hey. I am in the sweatshirt series. Look, I was talking to myself today. I talk to myself a lot. And I was like, girl, you do not feel like putting on no makeup. Do the sweatshirt series. Y'all, what I do need to do is make my notes bigger. Let me just bring this up so I can see. I'm excited for y'all about today's topic. This came to me. I literally made notes. So when I was a professional singer, I would make notes on my phone. I'd be in the car, driving, writing down. And this is what happens with me with podcast topics, or as I'm doing this weight loss course for you all. This is coming together like ideas, just like it's almost like jumping beans. Y'all remember jumping beans where they would just be jumping? That's how my ideas are. I actually love that so much about myself. And when I get an idea, I do not tarry. I write that shit down as quick as I can. Okay. This came to me. And I think it is kind of profound, if I do say so myself. I do want to give a warning to people who are dealing with eating disorders, okay? This might be the time where you need to turn this off. If you are actively in recovery for an eating disorder, if you have an eating disorder, I do not have the training. I do not have the training to support you. And I love that I can be so honest about that there are people who have the training. I do not. Okay. So this is not for you. And sometimes, while I love to be inclusive as I can, there are times where I just have to say, I can't be that for you. And there are so many resources out there for you. Okay. And the other thing is, I want to say this, I'm always learning, and sometimes I get it wrong. So this particular podcast is for people who are overeaters, who do not have eating disorders, and who are interested in changing that action. Okay. Because that's what I want to say. All right. So I'm going to get into the topic now. We're obsessed with weight loss. We are obsessed with weight loss. It's part of the reason why, when it became so clear to me that I was going to do things around weight loss and overeating, I felt kind of like, because we're so obsessed with it. But I want to help us change the focus from weight loss to learning how to stop overeating. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't ever care about y'all's weight. I care that you are learning a skill that can give you yourself back. I believe that learning how to stop overeating, when you want to really be feeling your feelings, when you really want to have a difficult conversation, when you really want to change jobs, go leave your marriage, do all these things, gaining yourself back is what I care about. And teaching you how to stop overeating can do that, but so can teaching you how to stop overspending. So can teaching you how to, do a lot of over drinking. That's not what I do. I have experience in teaching myself how to stop overeating And then I was like, I'm a teacher, I'm a coach. I wanted to show you all. 45% of people globally are currently trying to lose weight. So clearly it is a hot button topic. More than half of the global population would rather exercise more and eat more healthily, but not as a diet. So an estimated 45 million Americans go on a diet each year. We spend $33 billion each year on weight loss products. This is per the Boston Medical Center, that particular stat. So my truth was I wanted to stop overeating. I later added predominantly to it. I wanted to stop predominantly overeating because there are times when overeating is part of our natural, normal culture. I want to say birthday cake, okay? So you have you go to a birthday dinner and then the cake comes out. Yeah, maybe some of us saved room for dessert, but most of us are good and the cake is extra. And in my opinion, predominantly not overeating, if I eat the cake, that's great. It's not one size fits all, black and white. If I go out for a couple of drinks, I might be fine with the first drink. If I drink another drink and another drink, I know that that is me over consuming, but predominantly I don't do that. Okay. So I wanted to stop overeating. I literally remember thinking to myself, if I died today and I don't know how to stop overeating, I didn't say lose weight because I have been trying to lose weight my whole life. I said, I want to stop. I want to learn how to stop overeating. Add it predominantly later because there are times, right? And I was like, if I go to the pearly gates and St. Peter's there, he says, what's one thing you wish you had done? Well, y'all thought I was going to say, be more kind, be less judgmental. Nope, nope, no. Although, y'all, I have this teacup and my thing says, the difference between a flower and a weed is judgment. No. Keep all that. I was going to say, I wish I had had the time to learn how to stop overeating. And that showed me there was something that I wanted to change. What I want you to realize is that if you struggle with eating more than your body needs all the time, there is information in that. And we're going to talk about that today. And if I were to teach you how to stop overeating, www.kimarrington.com/weight loss. If I taught you how to stop overeating, it would be for you to come back into what is normal eating. And I meant to say that word because, like I said, normal eating is there are times you might overeat. You might overeat for the Super Bowl. You might overeat, when you go to your best friend's wedding. But predominantly, I would teach you how to do certain things that would preclude you from overeating. Okay. Let's talk about that. Yeah. I actually am going to share with you all. I'm going to open up the course. As you're listening now, the course is not released, but you need to check that link that I gave you, kimarrington.com/weight loss, because the course could be here. I actually did some slides because I want to talk about how you get railroaded by that $33 billion industry. Now, I do believe that there are some amazing people out here teaching weight loss. I do. Not better than me, but I do. Because my shit is realistic, but I think there are people out here who are doing it. I want to talk to you about how the diet, and I nicknamed it the diet trauma drama industry. Is that right, Kim? Okay. I'm looking for these slides. When I was doing this yesterday, I had it pulled up and then I didn't. Okay. So let me see if I can find it. This is no Jeopardy music. Let's talk about that $33 billion industry. I'm not talking about the good guys. I'm talking about the ones who are taking your money and yeah, okay. I call it the diet drama trauma industry. And here's the thing. This is literally slides from my course. The diet drama trauma industry works. It's sneaky. It's psychological. It's intrusive. And it is abusive. Sneaky meaning do this and this will get rid of all your things. Psychological meaning that sometimes they like, y'all, there are people who know how the brain works, right? And they're gonna use methods. You're gonna use your brain against you because we all have commonalities because of brain, okay? The way our brain works. It's intrusive, it's constant, and it's abusive. It doesn't leave you feeling good. It leaves you feeling less than. I'm not here for that. And it is constant. It's an echo. It's constant. So one of the ways you can spot the diet trauma industry is that it says you can do it in an unrealistic amount of time. Like a month, you'll lose all your weight. No. All right. Salading yourself to death. Restrictive. You're just going to eat this particular way and everything is going to, change. All right. No. Instagram model comparisons, right? Hashtag don't do that. Where you are comparing yourselves to other people who are losing weight. You're comparing yourself to someone who's younger than you, whose body's built differently, comparison, all right? You're ignoring your body's food needs, right? Because your body does have needs. There are so many rules that you can't keep track of the rules. And rules, like, I will give suggestions that could be helpful, but part of your path to stopping overeating is tuning into yourself and your own intelligence, moving things out of the way to do that. And there is so much failure. The program I teach you is completely different than that. Okay, Half-Life, none of that. None of what we just talked about. Okay, we're going to learn how to predominantly stop overeating. That's going to be more important. That's got to be the focus. And weight loss really has to be secondary. And I know you're like, what? I want to lose all this weight. Stop using overeating that's what we're going to talk about, okay? We have an epidemic of overeating. And please, folks, I don't want to ever use shame to stop you from doing something. No. I just want you to know you're not in this alone. There are so many people who do this, but you get to ask yourself if you want to do something different. If you don't, cool. If you do, cool. So learning how to stop overeating is a skill. It's a skill that allows for, and here are the things: truly feeling your feelings and not numbing it out with food. Believing that you can change, even if you've done the same thing for decades, even if it was when you started when you were 7, because most of us we weren't born overeaters. It's an adaptive skill that we have. Now, I know there's some people who are born with metabolic conditions, so that's the only caveat I'll build in, but most of us were not born with that. And stopping overeating is a skill that allows you to believe that you can support yourself, and you don't have to use food to do that because food is just food. So many of us, this is unconscious. It means we don't even know we're doing it. We will feel bad and we will reward ourselves for feeling bad our hard day at work with Oreos, or we will reward ourselves our hard day at work with, a bunch of glasses of wine, or we will reward ourselves our hard day with the kids, with feeling like we're not connected to ourselves by eating an extra helping of pasta. But I tell you this all the time, the solution is in the problem. That means I need to look at my job and how I'm bringing it home with me. There are some solutions there. Maybe get another job, maybe learning how to not be hyper vigilant in your job and feeling like you have to constantly work. Maybe the job isn't something you really want to do. Okay. With the kids, maybe you want some support. Maybe every Thursday you want to hire someone to come in. Maybe you need to be asking for your oldest to do more activities. Maybe you need to be getting all the kids on board. Like, there is a solution in the problem. The topic is the kids. The topic is the job. The topic is the relationship that's no longer working. The topic. The relationships are no longer working. Maybe you go to counseling. Maybe you go to individual counseling to figure out what's going on. Maybe you are recreating patterns from your childhood and it's not on your partner. Maybe it's you've got to change some behavior. Maybe your partner needs to change some, like, we could go on and on. A coach, a therapist, a book, a podcast, continually working to solve that issue. But using food to numb your feelings, you would have to learn how to be uncomfortable, how to feel those feelings. We will be talking about that in my course. Believing that you can change. Some of y'all don't think you can change. Old dogs never learn new tricks. Shit. This pound puppy learns new tricks. Okay. Believing things have to always stay the same. Believing that things can't change in an instant. Yes, they can in an instant. Yes, they can. Things can change. Your choices are what create change. If you want a different situation, you make different choices. Now it sounds easy. Again, all of these come with feeling the discomfort to make the change. That's how we change in life. We change in life because it gets so uncomfortable. We have tried everything else and we're like, fuck it, I'm going to try this. Believing that you can support yourself. I don't have to support all the other people more than I support myself. The peoples. You don't need to be supporting the peoples other than supporting yourself. Believing that I'm deserving of my support. I need my support more than anybody else. I'm going to release this podcast after I release the podcast I just recorded, which was How You Talk to Yourself. Y'all need to listen to that. Listen to that podcast, How You Talk to Yourself. That is one of the biggest ways you can support yourself. Once you get that inspired action, you move on it. Your life, like choice by choice, you can change your life. It really does start with how you talk to yourself. I feel really uncomfortable saying how someone's body, how much it should weigh, what it should look like. But if I say to you, if you say to me, I want to lose weight, I'm going to come back. Let me teach you how to stop overeating predominantly. And then you get to have the say about what your body looks like because you're the person who gets to have that say. I don't want that say. I want to give you a skill that can allow you to get yourself back, to have your own autonomy. That is why it's so important for me to teach you how to learn how to stop overeating. Then it's likely you're going to lose weight, very, very likely. And then you gain yourself back because the skill I teach you to stop overeating is to feel those feelings, is to prioritize yourself, is to believe you can change. And the list goes on and on. I'm not going to hammer into you the health implications of not overeating. For most of us, that does not work unless there is a fatal, like people have changed their eating if they've almost had a fatal heart attack or if it has been a life or death situation, although some people do not. I'm not going to hammer into you those health implications of what not overeating is. I am more, it's not that I don't want y'all to be into the health. That's part of the diet drama trauma industry, right? My work centers around your emotional quality of life. That's what my work centers around. Your fun, your connection to yourself, your feeling of feelings. That's what my work, this is how I'm different. Didn't help me when my doctor said, you're going to be pre-diabetic. He said that for me for 10 years. I kind of heard it. I changed. I stopped overeating when I could not manage my life anymore the way I was. And food had grown to such a huge stabilizer, mood stabilizer for me, that I felt so uncomfortable in my life. That's when I changed. And honestly, the pandemic was a huge point. 2020 was a huge point of changing for me. I had lost weight, but I got really serious. And then 2021 is when everything changed because I really got serious. This is when I created Half-Life. Truly feeling your feelings and not numbing out with food, believing that you can change, believing you can support yourself, believing you're worth your own time. Anything that has over in front of it can change your life. If you choose another way, the solution is always in the problem. If I'm going to learn how to stop overeating, then I'm going to learn how to normalize eating. And the way I'm going to do that is, and I got a bunch of stuff for you to try. And one of those things, or two of those things, or six of those things, it potentially can work for you. But part of that try is returning to it over and over and over. Learning how to stop overeating can be a way to truly learn what you want out of life, what's under that food. Because the thing about it is, y'all, food is just the quick, easy thing to grab. That drive-through is quick to go through and get that hit of dopamine, that double dose of dopamine from giving yourself the food, waiting on the food, doing all that. I want to teach you how to do the real work of learning what you truly want. And then giving that to yourself. What do I truly want right now? You know what I'm giving to myself that came from me stopping overeating? I ain't even really thinking about food right now. Like, my body is hungry for lunch, but I'm like, no, I'm good. Is figuring out finances. That's what I want more than eating too much. I want to travel more than I want to eat more than I need to. I want to learn, to be curious, to laugh, to have a beautiful conversation with a friend, to see artwork. There's so many things I want to do more than overeating. And I want to help you with your list, what you want. Okay. This is kind of the last one. This is kind of a health related one. This is kind of, but it's true. Our bodies literally need less fuel as we age. I ain't talking about LeBron James who's running up and down a basketball court. Hey, even if you're running or you're more active, you probably still are eating the right amount of food. But sometimes when I run a lot, my body tells me it wants a steak. Okay. Our bodies tend to need less fuel as we age. Part of that is because we're less active. Some of us are more active, and there's a happy medium, with that. But our bodies needing less fuel is important because what we're doing as we age often is eating more. We're eating more to, let me go back to this. We're eating more to numb out those feelings, to deal with believing we can't change, to deal with believing we can't support ourselves. We got to support everybody else before us. We've accumulated more disappointing life experiences as we age, and we are often spending hours of the day playing those back. And then we are eating to feel better about that. I want you in midlife to be excited about your life, connected to your life. I just watched this movie. It's called The Policeman. Damn it, I don't want to give you the ending of the movie, right? So one of the main characters finally says, I want to do all this, instead of doing this. And I should have done that years ago. That's how I could tell you the movie without telling you the movie. Okay. Harry Styles is in it if you're into Harry Styles. But one of the things the character says is, I don't even want to live here. I don't even want to do this. What I want to do is teach you about what is coming up and answering that. So then food can go back to being food. It can still be enjoyable. It can still be an experience, but you're not over consuming it to not deal with your life. Yay. All right. This is a good one. KimArrington.com/weight loss. If you want to know more about one-on-one coaching with me, because a coach can definitely help you with this, KimArrington.com, join my wait list. I really am excited about building out things for you to enjoy your life more, to make your life matter so much, and getting to the bottom of like not making it about losing weight, but about stopping overeating can do that. You have a good one. See you here next time. Bye.
Are you feeling what you just heard? Good, good. Repeat after me. You don't have to figure it out on your own again anymore. I'm here to help. Head over to KimArrington.com and download my free video series dedicated to getting you feeling your best right now. Look around, there's some good stuff waiting on you. Got questions? Well, we're always talking on the socials, so find me on YouTube, Insta, and the book. Don't be shy, y'all. Go listen to another episode or join me here the same time next week. Finally, don't keep good shit to yourself. Share this with a homie that could use some help too. Remember, we're not lying to ourselves anymore. We're not lying to our doctors, and you damn sure don't lie to your life coach.